Louie C. the Mayor checking in. Sorry, ran a little bit late, but boy, it's going to be on and popping today. You better tell everybody to come on the podcast. Things are looking good. I got some good reports coming out of City Hall for 2021, so things are finally looking bright. I'll be glad when we get out of this year, I'll tell you. Florida Keys Injury Lawyer, accident lawyers in the Keys. Go to FloridaKeysInjury.com. Locals taking care of locals at 302 Southern Street. Very simple. You have an accident after 911. Call FloridaKeysInjury.com. Also, my man, Dr. B, the #1 doctor in America, Bruce Burroughs, Advanced Urgent Care, Key West Marathon and Key Largo, now offering affordable health care at $89. They don't test and wait over there. They test and treat. Thank you, Dr. Burroughs. And also, Naughty Vapes. Y'all got to quit that smoking, man. That smoke is bad for y'all. The #1 vape shop in Key West, right across the street from the fire department. Always taking care of locals and military. Huge inventory. Just came in 10%, like I said, on locals and military. Go to Naughty Vapes on Facebook. Who is Miachael Knowles on production today? And right about now, see, this is the issue that happens in the world. They don't honor living legends while they living. So we're going to change all that. Living legends must be honored when they living. This man has got a down payment on Stock Island. This man be all over the city. This man been at it for a long time. And he's like me. He ain't going to hold back. He going to keep it blood raw. Mr. Ricky Arnold, what is going on, sir? How you doing?
I'm doing fine, Louie. Doing fine.
Okay, well, we appreciate you coming down here. Me and you see each other in Stock Island, so we talked about you being on the podcast. So here we are. Mike knows where we at. 191. We did 191 podcasts with this crazy pandemic. Can you tell the people a little introduction about yourself? Hit the notification button right over here. Boop. Those who are watching worldwide on YouTube, hit the subscribe button right over here. Boop. Because a lot of people, Ricky, I know you famous. Well, we're going world famous today. Can you give a little introduction about your history in Key West?
I started my business 45 years ago.
Got you.
Toughing it out, roughing it out. Some people like me, some people don't. But it's our line of work.
You know,
what do you do?
I know you since, a long time, since I was a kid, and you do a lot of service out there. The towing business is they don't bring good news. You either, you had a bad situation where voluntarily you got to get your car towed, and sometimes your car's gone when you get there. So it's not a happy situation. So I admire you, because how long you been at it, you said?
45 years.
45 years in the game. Michael Knowles, stand by. Let me see. There it is. Doors Arnold checking in. First one. How you doing, Mr. Don't worry. Slick Ricky gonna be just fine. Michelle Marie says, Mr. Ricky, all love. Pamela Hersey, Ricky Arnold, the man, Minnesota. Wow, 6 degrees. Pamela's up there. But we told you when you go up there, it's not gonna be pretty. So nice haircut, Ricky. Here we go, Mickey Margaret cracking jokes on you already.
Yeah.
He like. But then when you start cracking jokes on him, he don't like it.
No. He gets pissed off.
Yeah. How long you know now, good old Mickey?
Oh, years.
Yeah, good man. I'm glad to see he's doing his thing. Vic says 45 years and going strong. Yes. Come on in. If you got love for the Arnolds, got love for the podcast, throw the hearts up, and any questions you got, we're going to answer them today. Pamela Hersey, that's okay, Ricky. I like you. Okay. Who is Mike Knowles? That's what I got. Mark from Facebook. You don't make it easy. So I'm pretty sure we're missing some people. Who you got over there on your side?
Luis Gonzalez.
Mayor Gonzalez from Marathon, man. Can you move back to Key West, man? Because I don't know what we got going on around here.
We got Peggy D. Carey.
Hi.
We got you got Mickey Melgrad. You got Crystal White.
Hey, Crystal.
Esther Gibb.
Miss Gibb, how you doing?
Pamela Hershey said, that's okay, Ricky, I like you.
Yeah, we got it. That's the last one.
Yeah, that's the last one I got.
Okay. So, Ricky, let me ask you this. How did the Mariel boat lift affect Key West back in the early 80s?
Well, it was a big influx.
Got you.
Everybody thought they all stayed here, but Christ, they went to Texas, Louisiana, New York, California.
Got you.
They all didn't stay here in Key West, but majority of them did.
So the majority of the Cubans that arrived stayed in Key West?
Yeah, a lot of them did. And what the ones that did leave, they left. They got all. They went through the circulation, whatever you want to call it, check out, check in,
Right.
and a lot of them come back.
Gotcha.
You know, some didn't. Some stayed where they were.
Gotcha. And did we see a rise like in crime here locally in Key West, or was it like?
I do. I feel it was a big rise in the crime. They didn't know what to do with that freedom.
Right.
You know.
Well, you know, it was the United States. I don't know if they was caught off guard, but everybody came at the same time, and you know, we know the whole story. So, you know, I remember I was young back then, so I was still in Miami, but that was massive of people. So I mean, they had thousands and thousands coming on a daily basis. Well, how long did that last, Ricky? Where they was coming in like that?
Wow, that was a good 3 or 4 months.
Really?
At least, yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. Okay, all right. So let me see else what we got. Let's talk about a gentleman named Bum Fardo. Did you know Mr. Fardo?
Fardo, good man.
Okay.
I like that guy.
Okay, so they still ask if that man is still living. Where did he go? What happened? Was he a full-fledged gangster? What can you tell us about that gentleman? I never had the pleasure of meeting, so this is great history to me. So I'm looking forward to this show and finding out some more history.
He was a good guy. I like Bum.
Gotcha.
I like Bum.
So Bum, he was I believe the deputy. Was he the deputy fire chief, or what was his title?
He was the big cheese, brother.
So he was a chief of.
He was a chief.
Gotcha. Okay.
Red socks, red shoes, red underwear, red jacket.
So he was styling before it was on TV. He had his own style.
Oh, hell yeah.
Gotcha. Now I got to tell you, all I heard from people is good stuff. How that man took care of kids, and he was,
Yes, he did.
and he did a lot of good stuff or whatever. And then
He did a lot of contributions, donations to the schools through the fire department, and helped them out. Yeah, he was a good guy.
So he's a good man straight out of Key West, and did a lot of good for people.
He was a good old homeboy.
Gotcha. Okay, so shout out to Bum Fardo. You never know if that man's watching. Mike Knowles, be on standby. Come in on notifications right over here. Boop. Those of y'all watching on worldwide YouTube, there's a little button right over here. Hit the subscribe button. Boop. Let me see what we got here. Orion Roberts is watching. Crystal says hi. JC Key West says hi. And if you got any questions, this will be the time you can learn your history. So like that, you don't gotta go get some books. This man, he didn't read no book. He was there when it actually happened. You know, another thing that just came to my mind. I want to say, God bless Sweetwater. Me and you was talking about Sweetwater the other day. That man was, that man was the truth.
Awa.
Shout out to the Anacebias, my uncle Chave, you know, Santi's son, my cousin, and he was over there at the fish house. And a lot of people might have had an issue with Choo Choo Perez. I never had an issue with that man. I thought he was a very fine man. Always treated me well. Did you spend a little time over there at Gulf Seafood?
Oh, I knew Choo Choo very well.
Yep. Back in the day, with a lot of boats being built.
Yes, sir.
And it was good, and I was there, and I used to spend the whole day out there at Gulf Seafood, so that was good times.
He was another one. You could go to him asking for help, or if you needed some little bit of...
Yeah. No, he was a good man.
Yeah.
He was just straight up, you know, he told you how it was, and sometimes you know people can't take that. So so I heard back in the day Stock Island had a serious crack problem. Now, some of this I did experience because, you know, I lived in Stock Island. What could you tell me about back in the day where the crack problem was at an all-time high to now where we at in Stock Island?
It was bad, Louie. It used to be really bad. They've cleaned it up a lot, you know, getting rid of all the nasty old trailer parks. Pearl Trailer Park for one.
Right.
Another one was behind the little green bar.
Right.
Free beer tomorrow. What was the name of that one?
No, exactly. What's it called? Rick?
Carlisle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there was, and as they've when the Spotswoods called us years ago to clean old Pearl Trailer Park off,
yeah,
where Burger King is.
Right.
That was a nasty place.
Right. Well, I can tell you from my experience when I played for the Key West Conks. I don't think you can do this today, but we had like 20 some away games for the Conk baseball, and I used to be the only one that played on the team from Stock Island. So,
Really?
Yeah, the only one. So I was, Key Haven, they got 3 or 4 kids. Stock Island, they call your name. So I had to cross at 3 a.m. You know where the Burger King's at?
Uh-huh.
Cut to 2nd Avenue and get home over there to the Pick Apartments at 3 o'clock in the morning. Bubba Sweeting, God bless him, another legend. He used to pick me up. He used to pick me up sometimes. He said, "Boy, you playing with your life." I said, "What you got to do, baby?"
Yeah.
I had to walk that way. I don't think they could do that. They won't do that.
You go to Stock Island, you better have a loaded gun on you.
Yeah. But now, and as a future, look at the night. You got the Perry Hotel out there. You got an $8 million park with Bernstein Park. There's development for the first time. You see tourists walking around there with map. I think it's still a piece of Key West because Key West is already, the square footage is taken up. But now Stock Island is like the real old true Key West.
Yes.
Taking on a life of its own.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to come from where you might get killed one day to where we at now, you got to applaud them people in the county see it. Donnie Barry says, living legend. Red Tater, Red Tater, we got something for you today. You go ahead and play around, try to breach security. Today you're going to have a problem over here. Dwayne Liver's Edge says, the truest OG. OG meaning original gangster. So there he is, live and living color. Like I said, man, y'all really need to celebrate people's life while they living. I think you should have a birthday and a celebration alive in the same year because 250,000 people lost to this thing in the pandemic. I'm so happy that we're going to be out of this. And to be honest with you, if you made it to eat a meal, you did well because some people didn't eat turkey on Thanksgiving. They never ate again. So every day you got to thank the Lord while you're here. Doris Roberts Arnold. We bought our office on Stock Island. It had been a bar, but back in the back it was a duplex and 3 mobile homes. Won't guess. Let me see what she said. Won't guess what happened in those structures, but we have leveled them up, all of them. Go ahead.
We bought our property in, I think it was 1990.
Right.
And there was a little apartment duplex in the back. And Bungie,
Yep, remember very well.
the roofing company, Gibby Weech.
Nice.
I'll go way back now.
Yeah, these are originals.
They all used to play the dominoes and their cards back there. And then the little 2-room duplex become a crack monster. And they moved out and left.
Gotcha.
And paid $25 to get a permit to destroy the crack house so I could park my cars in there. But the old timers used to drink their beer from Stu's Bar.
And where was that bar?
Stu's Bar on 3rd Avenue.
Right where your shop's at now.
My shop's at
Okay,
now.
so that you let me get this right. The tow company right now for Arnold's Towing used to be a bar.
Yep, Stu's Bar.
And what year? What year was that?
Whew, Lord, the old Stock Island racetrack was still there.
Gotcha. Wow. So that's probably
The first month we had it, talking about the drug problem, is we had every morning we'd have people come in and they would sleep on the floor the first month we own it while we were working on it, picking up little pebbles, trying to burn the pebbles like they were rocks.
Really?
Every morning. That's
And here we are trying to rebuild the building,
right.
and we got these
We're shooting
crack
them out.
monsters. Yeah.
No, it sounds like I'm watching New Jack City. That's serious stuff.
Yeah.
But if once again, some people say Stock Island this and that. Look where we was at, and look where we at now, or whatever. I mean, you got to applaud that. I mean, basically, some cities don't come back from that, and it continues to go there. So I mean, that this is incredible, and to me, Stock Island is the old Key West still because you still could feel it. In the city, everything is every other corner it's used up or whatever. Stock Island, I told them Stock Island is the future. Buy everything down there.
is.
So.
the building next to our shop, when it was the bar, when they redid the roof, they found 57 knives on the roof from bar fights, and they'd throw them up there before the cops could. They say, I had a knife.
They haul
57 of them.
The cops are on the way, and they run out the back door, throw the guns and knives on top of the roof next to
Salinero
it.
building next to us.
Let me explain for y'all coming in here to get blood raw. This ain't a makeup. This ain't a movie. This is actually stuff that happened and my man Arnold out here witnesses stuff. So this is incredible. I believe we need to do a whole documentary on this. This is just Netflix. If y'all watch it, let's make it happen, because this is some incredible stuff or whatever. Because I've never heard any of this stuff before, and that's. I mean, thank you again for coming on the show. Let me see who we got here.
We got a lot of people.
Go ahead and stand by.
I'll tell you something people don't know.
What's
Seen
that?
the movie Bloodline?
I did.
Do you know who created that show?
I do not.
I did.
You did?
I created that whole show, put it in a script, got a contract on it. When it went to the network,
They stole it?
they stole the show.
Wow.
That whole show was all set up.
Yeah.
We filmed everything. And
Okay. So y'all listen to what I tell y'all about entertainment. This is very shaky business, boxing, very shaky. So what had happened was this gentleman had an idea. This ain't like, $10,000, millions of dollars we're talking about, right? Because he didn't get it copyrighted and I's and T's taken care of, they'll steal your stuff like that, because he didn't know. He thought he was doing the right stuff. So it's always important to get people, especially in the entertainment business, to look at paperwork, because that's exactly right. Like, we're doing a couple of scripts on stuff, but we know to copyright them, make sure that people dot the I's and T's. But that was great, and you know what? We'll get something else done in the future, because there's just too much history out here. We lived it or whatever. So let me see. Marlene Rios says, Mama asking for you. My mama Sella. Marlene in Miami doing it big. Shonda Thompson doing it big. How about this cool character? You see that? Christopher
Valdez.
Yep, I'm glad he's back on there.
Yeah.
If it was Stutz Bar and it was closed because a man killed another man over a half sandwich. Hold on. Come on. Let me read this again. It was Stutz Bar and it was closed because a man killed another man over a half a sandwich.
Half
That's
a
what I told
Cuban
you.
mixed
Yeah, that's
sandwich.
what he said.
that's what I told you
Yeah,
earlier.
that's what he said.
Stabbed to death at the front door of my
Let me get
shop.
there. Well, your shot was somebody died over half a sandwich.
Uh-huh.
And they shut it down the next day.
State of Florida shut it down, and I bought it from the state through the bank.
I think me and you talked about that's where you went to auction or something? When you bought the property at auction, it was for bid or something like that?
No,
Okay.
different.
Okay, got you. Okay. So that's incredible. So they killed the man on Stock Island over half a sandwich.
And then I told you that the guys that after he'd been in jail 25 or 30 years, he showed up to the shop just to come walk through it.
Yeah, you want to see if the place
As soon
was
as he
still
come to
there.
Key West, that was the first place he went.
The guy that killed
The guy that
other-
killed the other guy, he just wanted to come in the door and walk in there.
I'm thinking I'm gonna have to talk to these boys, because this is too much stuff. We should have been had this. This better than anything going on Netflix all combined or whatever. Wow. Shonda Thompson, is that Ricky? Yeah, that's Ricky in the flesh, for real. Remember good old Shonda?
Oh yeah,
Shauna's a wild girl. She up there, calm down, in Michigan, I think.
she's a blonde.
Yes. Christopher Valdez, Key West thanks you for everything you do for us, community-oriented company who will do anything for the children of Key West. And thank you for your commitment out there. Arnold's Towing, because what happens is you see all this stuff, back in the day when we grew up, we didn't have all this, social media and foolishness or whatever. You had a phone at the house, and if you didn't get a hold of somebody, you got to go find them because you only had an answering machine.
Uh-huh.
So people want to put negativity whenever foolishness come up, but then this stuff never come out. It's like the news. All you see, they don't say what the good stuff's going on. They only report
right.
on the bad stuff or whatever. Mike Knowles, stand by. Jeff Steely, Old Stools Bar. Holy shit, I don't know about that Bloodline, me either. I mean, but that's all right. We'll do a show better than Bloodline times 10. Cuban mix is to die for. Well, somebody actually died for it. God bless them. Ricky, tell them about the drowning lady on White Street Pier. I don't know nothing about this either. You want to comment on that? Or?
I was sitting in my tow truck at Johnson and White. Always carried the police radio, the scanner in the truck with me. So a police scanner comes across, lady screaming for help, the end of White Street Pier. I said, oh shit, let me go out there and check it out. So I jump up on the sidewalk and I'm going around this edge of the pier, and I find her at the very end, yelling and screaming. She's got her flip-flops in her hands, and I'm yelling at her, stand up, put your feet down. She wouldn't do it. So I backed my truck up to the guardrail of the bridge. I boomed out, put the cable down in the water, and I jumped in the water with the motorcycle strap. And she sat in the strap, and I winched her up to the guardrail. And that's when, what's the cop's name? Give us the camper, the jeweler.
I don't know.
God, what's his name? He's going to get pissed off at me.
Yeah.
But him
What
and
a story, though. That's incredible.
Him
So you
and
saved
Billy-
the lady's life, basically.
yeah, him and Billy Spencer showed up on the motorcycles, and as I slacked the cables up, pulled her over the guardrail.
Wow. That's
But
incredible.
yeah, that was a trip.
Okay, we got a gentleman here, Steve Bowman. Let's not forget the very first conch cruiser ever was the Bushwagon Devil by the Arnold brothers. He took you way back.
The old
Stevie Bowman, you know
Bushwagon.
Bowman?
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay, what's this about?
That's a flashback, buddy. That was old 55 Chevrolet. I cut the roof of the car off
Okay,
right behind the driver's seat, made a truck,
right.
and where the trunk was, I welded pipes and made a rumble seat
Wow.
about 4 feet higher than the roof of the car.
Wow.
And we used to ride around, drink beer, have a good time.
As far as I'm concerned, you was ahead of your time. You was big pimping before the rappers were out.
What? I'm telling
That's
you.
incredible. All right, throw the hearts up. If you love what you see, throw all the way up like Fat Joe right now. Who is Michael Knowles? Mike, I know I backed you up a little bit, so tell me what you got.
All because they keep coming in there. So I got Demicky Atkins,
Got you.
Dominic, and then I got O.T. Thurston,
Orion Thurston, OT. I hope you feel better up there in Minnesota.
Maria Nunez.
Got it.
Okay, we got Sonia Jamari.
Jimenez.
Yeah,
Hey, Sonia, how you doing?
we got Michelle Marie.
Michelle Marie is for real.
We got
Michelle, we can't really say nothing. I'm sorry to Mickey Malgraf for a long time because we took an ass whipping with them hurricanes. So I ain't even gonna tell that man nothing. 'Cause I ain't nothing I can tell him. Ain't no defense for that at all.
Orion Roberts. Say Browning was his last name. We got Stephen Bowman's last one. Say laugh my ass off there.
Got you.
And well,
On my side, I got Brownie was his last name.
that's that one.
Okay. Doris Roberts Arnold, and that is what he picked me up in for a first date. Did you did a big pimping like that? Pick up you a gangster, man.
I used to steal a brand new, nice, clean sheet from my mom, put it over the seats so she can sit in it, so she didn't get dirty.
That's real OG stuff, man. When these people speak that are living legends, I'm telling y'all just need to listen. This is incredible. There ain't nothing on TV that I can see. It's a lot of stuff that could tell me better, especially if you live in the town. This is fascinating stuff. Shauna says, of course, laughing my ass off. Y'all have hell back in the day. Sonia says, I'm good. The body in stock pounds that came out on a tow truck. You picked up body from up there?
Wow,
Hanging man.
that's going back.
So tell me about that.
Richard Conradi, Jenny Tucci, Aaron Castillo Funeral Home. He was out there,
Right.
and I told Conradi because you needed a 4-wheel drive to go out there where Ocean Walk wasn't there.
There was nothing back
It
there.
was all swamps and trees
Wow.
and mosquito ditches.
Wow.
And I had to go out there in my 4-wheel drive tow truck. And I told Richard Conrad, I said, I'll climb the tree and cut the rope, drop him.
Right.
So there was an old rotten lawn chair sitting on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
When he fell to the ground, there wasn't a nose, ears, eyes, mouth. Wherever there was a hole, there was maggots coming out of it.
Wow.
And he
So-
when he hit the ground, he busted loose.
Wow.
We strapped him to the lawn chair. I strapped him to the back of my truck, but we didn't cover him up. I come out onto the boulevard, the 2 cop cars behind me, escort me out to the hospital. Maggots come flying off the body and hit the windshields of the patrol car. Unbelievable. Then they hit the wipers. What'd you hit the wipers for? Now you can't see where you're going.
Wow.
We got to Monroe General Hospital.
Monroe General Hospital. I didn't even know that it was called that.
Was it Monroe General? I think we went there. I can't remember. No, it wasn't. It was the new one.
Gotcha. Okay.
We backed up to the doors, and the medical examiner, A.J. Fernandez, he was there, and took the body away from us, cleaned the body up, and he asked me, he says, "Well, Ricky, how much do I owe you?" She don't owe me nothing. I was helping the A-team, Conrad and them. He said, "No, I got to pay the funeral home. I might as well pay you." So I made him a bill. One dead man toast, $60.
One man, you heard that? One man dead toast, $60. See that? You put that paper up there, but that's about 20 grand, maybe 50 grand, maybe 100 grand on that. That's incredible. Shauna Thompson Ashford. What about the coffin van, Doris Roberts Arnold? Ricky, hardworking guy, started with a homemade tow truck and built an empire. Okay, well, that tells you that hard work. Some of y'all kids watching, I think everything's easy. There's nothing easy about trying to be successful. No. Look at this man. This man been around the block. He's still at it full throttle. So if you're a youngster, you need to be working quadruple times harder than this man. He already paid his due. You ain't done nothing or whatever. Go step by step. Because the problem we have now, Rick, is a lot of people want to stay indoors and play little computer games. Not like back in the day when you played stickball and spent hours there, but we got to get out of that house and get some exercise.
Stickball, corkball, man, that was
fun times.
That was fun times. Yes.
Marcia says best guest in forever. Okay. Ricky, hello from Jacksonville. Yeah, let me know where y'all watching the show from. I remember when Ricky used to put the lights on the sheriff's department cars at his house on Big Copy. You had a party or something going on there?
I used to work on the patrol cars.
Oh,
I do a brake job on a patrol car at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, wow, that's awesome.
That's what they needed. That's what I did.
Sonia Jimenez says she all the way live watching from South Carolina. Thank you for watching. Davina, thank you for watching. Jess Steedley, that's the day we were having a BB gun fight back there, and one of my friends ran smack into that guy. Okay. Don't you have to cut the limb off the tree and use boom to get him out of the mangroves? I'm not sure about that one. Ricky Jr. drove a tow truck to school because we couldn't afford a car for him. Yep. This is called coming from the struggle or whatever, where you get handed everything. You never have to work for something.
If I got a big job,
yes, sir,
I'd page him. And then he'd ask the teacher if he could go to the bathroom. He'd leave for the bathroom, never come back.
Wow.
I need that second tow truck. Come on, boy, roll.
And you know what this reminds me of? My family, my cousin Santi, he would come from the high school and he'll take a bundle of slacks. Your ass better go down there and start fixing some traps or whatever the camera. It was serious stuff. Chavez ain't no telling what time you go home with him.
No.
That man was serious, and he was the nicest guy in the world, but he wasn't with any type of foolishness.
I like Chavez and Santi. Good people.
Yes. Steve Bowman, Primo, please do more Conch history interviews by We the Conchs. I know me, Arnold's family since the 60s. This is your best show yet. Thank you so much. We try to get everybody on the show. Anybody wants to come on the show, just inbox me. We'll get you on. We do the show Monday through Friday, 6:45, and this is for the goodwill. We started this of the people. I mean, we did kind of do this on ahead of our time when there was a hurricane, and we was the only ones that really was broadcasting. But in these times, I asked people to really stick together because I'm noticing a lot of cracks going on, and we built this thing. We're not gonna let nobody really come in here, and especially you, come in here and take this away from us, because a lot of dudes got to be paid here for you. Just come in, show up, and think that you're going to change the whole character of Conch Republic. Me personally, not speaking with the owner, I have a big issue when people come into a city, Conch Republic. You like what you see. You come here, and now you want to change the whole thing. I'm confused. Can you elaborate on that?
Boy, I could go on and on. But, you know, you get out of towners, they come down here, and they try to change it around to their convenience. But if you don't like what you see, then go back home.
Right.
I mean,
you're good friends with Mr. Wardlow, right?
very good. That's my.
He said that basically he don't understand it either. You came here, you seen what you like what you see.
Beautiful.
And then all of a sudden, that's not good enough or whatever. So, like, I don't see me and you going to somewhere else trying to change. We leave them people alone. Please leave us alone or whatever. And, you know, we just trying to make a living with the service industry. It's very tough out here. But I'm glad to report. I am glad to report. I had a conversation with City Manager Velez.
Louie, I used to ride up Flagler Avenue, 2-lane dirt road.
Wow.
And you see cows, horses, pigs, goats.
That's crazy.
In the house.
I can't even imagine that, man. That's crazy.
Does anyone ever think of why Stock Island's called Stock Island?
No, but I'd like to know.
Because that's where all the cattle stock used to be.
That's where they slaughtered the cows.
Really?
That's why they call it Stock Island.
There you go. See?
You could go out to Cow Key right now and dig down on the beaches and find cow's teeth.
Wow.
And jewel bones.
Wow.
Yes.
That's crazy. Now let me ask you this, Rick. Rumor has it that there were a lot of fights at the old Boca Chica bar. Can you deny or confirm that there was a little rowdy place?
That was a wild spot, buddy.
Yeah.
It wasn't a night went by that they had 3 or 4 good brawls, boy.
Yep. And I heard they had like a massive shootout one time that went to the 7 Mile Bridge or something like that.
Yeah, there was a big shootout. My nephew Jeffrey was out that way that night.
Gotcha.
But he told me a little bit about it. That was a crazy place.
So basically, when you go back in the day to Stock Island, you go to the old Boca Chica, you might not come out a lot.
Nope.
You playing with your life.
You play with you play
and then
crazy.
the funny thing is that, correct me if I'm wrong, they used to go to 6 in the morning in the county.
What? 6 in the morning.
Dennis
They
Wilson.
stayed till they dropped.
Let me see that. So, how about a gentleman named Dennis Wilson?
Well, you bad. You bad. Boy, I'm going to get you later.
What's the story with
He
this?
was crazy. That man was...
Who was this dude? I don't know who he is.
He moved down here years ago.
Right.
And he started a tow truck company, a paint and body shop.
Okay.
And he just got mixed up with the wrong people.
Right.
And then he made a bad deal, and he crossed the wrong boys.
Yeah.
And they found him dead, 15-mile marker.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
when you play with the wrong people, especially people not to be played with, this could happen.
That's the short version.
Yeah. He can't tell you the whole thing because.
Well, the reason I said that is because right after they found Dennis Wilson, they drug him behind a car all the way to Bay Point from Key West. Still alive.
They drugged the man.
Drug him alive. So when they found the man in Bay Point, that day is the day that my mom was coming home with our first new tow truck. So
I was the top suspect for killing him.
That's what I did that for.
Wow.
I was trying to
get in and tell you this is some deep stuff.
Yeah, Doris drove by the 15-mile marker with my brand new truck.
Right.
And the detective spoke up and said, "Look, there goes Ricky Arnold's wife and his brand new truck. He probably got paid off for killing him." Oh, yeah.
Wow. That's
Because
crazy.
he fixed my mom's car and took advantage of the bill was out through the roof. He was supposed to help us out, and it went bad. And you know him; he tells everybody.
Right.
But they drug him up the highway behind a truck with a chain. Then they closed the doors on him, chopped his fingers off, shot him 9 times. No. He was still living. He was so out of it.
For those of y'all coming in the show, let me explain to you what you're hearing now. This ain't like we talk about Miami now, or we talking about New York, or Los Angeles. This is in Key West, believe it or not. So see the little fantasy land we in now. You would think now it's worse, but it looked like back in the day it was the Wild Wild West going on here, and it was crazy. Now back to that gentleman, you don't play with people not to be played with.
Nope.
And my mama always told me, God don't like ugly. Eventually get with you or whatever. So you shouldn't have been involved in none of that. I don't know the man, but this is crazy that this could happen. In the Keys, you would tell, if you tell people this and it wasn't from you, they wouldn't believe it. But I would still say that that bloodline, that ain't nothing compared to what we go through, because this is really interesting stuff or whatever. And I really am serious. I try to talk to people and acknowledge them while they live it, because if you notice you see the TV come on, somebody died, then they want to run 500 stories. Well, I appreciate that, but we need to be doing this while people are living or whatever, because I could die tomorrow, you could die tomorrow, anybody could die tomorrow. 250,000 died, so let's appreciate people. And if we're gonna be this right here, let me give you a copy of that. If we're gonna be this one human family, we can't be having these stickers and all, and then we don't abide what we're doing. So we really got to come together. Like, for example, I believe that the city and the county should be on the same page. So on the weekend, for New Year's, it's going to be a little bit of a problem, but I've been told that this ain't going to be a problem no more. So I'm gonna back off a little bit. But 4 minutes apart, one rule, and then the other is really not good. So I'm hoping that this won't happen again, because people are really going to be upset.
We don't need it to shut down.
Yes. Mikey's story, awesome show, Cuzzy. Any stories about the bridal path? Love you guys. You know this character, Mikey Story?
Mikey Story, yeah. He is a pistol.
Yes. Good kid.
Gotta love him.
So I know you out there in Stock Island heavy. So what are some of your favorite places out there to go eat or see? I know I see you at the good old Mocho. Mocho. And listen, some of this stuff you can't even find on TripAdvisor out there or whatever, but it's really good. What other places you like out there?
Christie's at the DeLuna's food truck.
Okay, Christie's a nice girl. Yep.
Good girl, good food.
Yeah,
good
They've been at it. They've been at it for a long time. And
yes.
Another thing is that, these people actually came up on their food and their culture, and then there's people that try to, imitate that, but it's not the real thing. So when you get somebody who actually knows how to do it, like my mom is Cuban, so palomilla steak, so we know what palomilla steak should taste like. So that is great, and please over tip people, because what people fail to realize, Ricky, is that on March 17th the city got shut down. The hardest hit industry down here is the service industry. It's a big hit. So every time they take something away, I see other people who haven't missed a check. A lot of people got overtime because they did more work. But the service industry, somehow we always get put in the scope of being the bad people. These people just trying to make a living down here. It's hard when you got to work 3 jobs out here with the price of paradise. So you got to take care of these people, and it should be for everybody. And let's just not pick on one side of the community. We're gonna be one human family. Let's stay one human family. And shout out to big Greg Velez at the city. I think he's moving the city forward. I think that originally he had 4 votes on that diet, so he didn't get a unanimous bid city manager. But at this point, he's getting these people together, and somebody got to be in charge. It can't be 5 people in charge, and it's got to be somebody who has the best interest of all the people, not just some of the people.
Good people. He's doing a good job.
Yes. Angel Rodriguez, bring back the disco. Well, we still fire the disco balls in the club. Golfcartofkeywest.com. Angel's at your new business. Go check him out. Angel, good man, always trying to make things happen. James Gray, awesome show, cuz love and miss all my Key West family. Hello from Tampa. Who is Michael Knowles? What you got over there, Mike?
Yeah, let me see. One just checked in. Kenitra, Pete Carey.
Got you.
Who? Diana Padron Esquinado.
Okay.
Let's see. Marlene Wheatstone.
Got you.
Carl Wagner.
Got you.
Okay. And Angel Rodriguez says the 70s and 80s were the good old days.
You sure were.
Maria Ratcliffe.
Let me tell you about Maria Ratcliffe running the city, point guard of the city. She know exactly with any paperwork that you need, she gonna get you straight. And this is what we need. I really get upset when somebody go to start a business or something, and then our job is to tell people how to do it, not how to make it more difficult. And it all comes with customer service or whatever. Because if our job, if you can't do this way, but if you do these things, you can or whatever. Let's not make things, especially now. We should never do it ever, but we definitely got to go above and beyond. And this lady will go above and beyond. She know exactly what she's doing. Who else you got?
I got Richard Guzman. He said Boca Chica Bar had a chain link fence inside.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, let me tell you, Richard, y'all were doing it big, but y'all were doing it all the way big.
Let's see what we got here. We got Doris Roberts Arnold, and she said there were more than 15 bars on Stock Island.
What?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hold on, time. Let's go there. It was 15
At
bars.
least 15 bars.
Wow.
See, she grew up out there. Her
Wow.
daddy used to set the fires on Mount Trashmore
Wow.
and burn the trash.
So local supported that many bars back in the day.
Yep.
And then it was to 6 in the morning. So you basically was in the Wild Wild West back then. As close as you could get
If
to
you
it.
didn't fall down on the floor, you stayed there till you fell down on the floor. Then they closed the door and locked you inside of it sometimes.
Well, you'd have your shrimper crews come in, so you'd have fluctuations in fishermen and fishing crews. You'd have shrimpers coming in from Alabama, and
Louisiana,
up North Florida.
Texas.
Right.
So when they come in here and they empty the boat, they go party and fill all them up because there used to be thousands of ships. Well, not thousands of them, but
Yeah.
a lot of them would come
Right.
in. So they would fill all the bars. So there were people for it.
So basically, when they got their check cut at the fish house,
What?
they spent every dollar over there at the bar.
Every dollar.
And that was paying back then. That was big. So when did we see the shrimp roast declining? How did that happen? And why did it happen?
I'm no good with the years and time, but that was a big shutdown on the Keys at Key West.
For the economy?
Was the economy the
Right.
pink gold?
Gotcha.
I think it got overfished. They shouldn't have let so many people from other states come in. They should have at least kept local fishermen having a
Right.
special preference.
So they basically ran out of, wasn't enough shrimp anymore, and they overkilled the shrimp, so they had to
Swept
move
it
on.
clean.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Ricky Toomer was a local Key West boy that grew up here. His daddy, the whole family shrimped. He shrimped. He died, I think, a year or so ago. But he was, I think, possibly one of the last local shrimper
Wow.
that was here.
Wow.
Something about shrimpers that people don't realize is there's nobody knows the bottom of that ocean better than them shrimpers.
Right.
They're dragging them doors through there, they're dragging the nest. They don't want to get caught on nothing. They know before we had side scan sonar and all that stuff,
Right.
them boys knew that ocean. They knew where to go, where not to go. They had a knowledge of our seabeds that, now the only problem is when they went through, they just wrecked everything.
Right.
Yeah.
It was just demolished.
Right. Do you have a relationship with Alex from the Yuck Yard?
I did.
Gotcha. Because he was out there for a long time too.
He's still living.
Yep. Is he here in the
No,
Keys?
he's in Miami.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
So you was friendly with him?
Yep, that was
Cool.
my buddy.
Cool. Okay. Who is Mike Knowles?
Okay, we got Isabel Morrell. She say, my favorite person, love you, Ricky. Let's see what we got here. Doris Roberts. Arnold says, Judy Meg's story.
Judy Meg's story.
Judy Meg's story.
Larry Meg's ex-wife, major of the sheriff's department.
He
When I
says,
used to take care of all the smuggler boats in his backyard in Key Haven.
if we tell you about that, we're going to have to kill you, so we can't tell you all that because we still don't know if we covered the statute of
Yeah,
limitations.
I'll
on that.
leave it there.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, now I'm going to try to get you a trouble. That's your wife. You got to talk to.
to.
They escaped prisoners. Yes. You know anything about escaped prisoners or something?
In your box
Oh,
truck.
wow. That's old.
Wow.
Old Richard Conrady and Harry Sawyer. That was a trip that day. that's what she's talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, Judy Meg
So
saved
some
my,
people escaped from the jail or something?
Judy Meg saved my ass that day. Thank God she pulled in behind me. I had a big old I had a big old yellow bread truck for my tow truck, my work truck. I worked at your house with your boats and your cars.
Right.
Anyway, I was out there talking to Harry Sawyer Sr.
Right.
about some of the patrol cars, what they needed work done. As I left the old Stock Island where Memorial General Hospital is, the old folks' home,
Yes, sir.
that's where the Sheriff's Department substation was. So I pulled out the driveway, stopped for traffic. I see this guy peek out of the trees. I said, what the hell's he doing? He walks up to my truck because it had the sliding doors like a bread truck.
Right.
He said, hey man, where you going? So going up the road about 5 or 6 miles. He says, I think I could catch a ride. Well, I already knew about the escaped prisoner, but I didn't know what he looked like.
Right.
And I used to carry a sheriff radio in my trucks
Oh,
so I could communicate with the deputies where you at exactly, what's wrong with the car. So I got the microphone and I put it under my leg with the mic keyed. And the girls up in Marathon Substation listened to the whole conversation. That's when Mike Horn owned a Harley Davidson shop.
Yeah, I remember Mike, yeah.
Where Hurricane Hole is. I said, well, yeah, we're going across the Harley Davidson shop down Stock Island. Where'd you say you want to go? Well, just 6-7 miles up the road's fine. I said, okay, sure, that's cool. Oh, okay, coming across the Chevron gas station now, buddy. Dispatchers are listening, all the cops are listening, and everything I said.
Right.
So when I looked in my mirrors, I had 5 or 6 patrol cars behind me. That's it. I hit the gas pedal 5 or 6 times, the old carburetor. Flooded it out, and spit and sputter.
Right.
I said, oh shit, I got some troubles here. As I eased over and put them in neutral, I jumped out the side of that truck door, and all you could hear was pump shotguns. Clunk, 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 clunk. I said, yep.
Classic. That's a classic, man. I'm enjoying myself, man. Thank you so much for coming to the show. Let me see. Angel Rodriguez Sr., there's nowhere to take your kids in Key West. Correct. I think we should have a bowling alley.
Yeah.
Or you could have kids do come out, have parties, do bowling, do laser tag. It's just a matter of making it make sense, because you got to make it make sense with the business, unless somebody just don't care. But you can't have enough things to do for kids. I mean, look at the leagues now. We used to have 14 teams. Now we barely can get 14 together. But we figure a way to win state championships, and we on a mission. Jack Martin says, good stuff. Doris Robert Arnold says she was kidnapped in reference to the escaped prisoner. Don't tell them everything. Yeah, if we tell you, we got to kill you. Still lots of garbage in Stock Island. Stacy Lynn, Ricky, are you getting the vaccine? Ooh.
No.
So you're not going to get the vaccine?
I'm not going to get that shot.
Gotcha. Well, I'm going to tell you what my position is. If I test positive for the antibodies, I will just not get the vaccine. And then after the antibodies run out, which give you natural within your body, then I'll consider it. I have to see how it goes. So in case y'all don't know what antibodies is, some of y'all could have had COVID, had no ID, be asymptomatic. It's like a little pregnancy test. And you basically, it takes about 8 minutes. It looks like this right here. And it'll tell you if you had the COVID and if you build antibodies. Luckily, my mom tested and she tested positive for this. So she had it. She didn't even know about it. So we'll see what happens. And I'll be happy with y'all. I wish we I don't want to talk about this no more. I want to be done with this. This has been, and you lived a long time. You ain't never seen anything. Nobody has, unless you was in the 1980s.
Had enough.
Yeah, no, it's overwhelming.
Enough is enough.
That's why I'm saying let people have fun New Year's Eve and get the sorrows away from tour. To let these people alone and let them have some fun.
They want to cut loose.
Exactly.
They've been trapped in their house or wherever they were trapped in, and they're like caged animals.
If you don't want to go somewhere, don't go, but let people have fun. Mike, I'm gonna go over the sponsors real quick, and then we're gonna see what we got in here. Thank you, Florida Keys Injury Lawyers, accident lawyers in the Keys. Go to FloridaKeysInjury.com. These lawyers will take care of you. Car, moped, bicycle, God forbid you have an accident on that ocean. Advanced Urgent Care. Key West Marathon in Key Largo. They don't test and wait over there. They test and treat. All this waiting around doesn't make any sense. They're on the ivermectin protocol. And last but not least, my girl Rebecca at Naughty Vapes, the #1 vape shop in Key West, taking care of locals and military, 10% off for you guys. Make sure you like their Facebook page on their Naughty Vapes. And #1 towing company in America on his towing. He was on a reality TV show. These boys ain't playing. Mike Story says, shout out to Ricky Jr. doing it big. Mike Story, boy, that's so funny. He should have been a comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
Pistol boy.
Yeah. Who is Michael Knowles on production? Mike, go ahead and take it on out.
Okay, got Terry Burke and Angel Rodriguez said, go Louie. Fred Culpepper.
Wow.
And we got Kara Colazzo.
That's my daughter. Checking in all the
Oh,
way
wow.
from New Jersey. Milford. Shout out to Rutgers University.
And that's it, all I got.
Okay, so listen, thank y'all for tuning in. We couldn't do this show without y'all. We have to take care of each other, put respect on people's name. We really have to stick together because there's, a fraction of these people around here trying to destroy what was built out here, and we can't allow it. And the only way that we stop this from happening is to stick together, because power always goes to the people. If you don't like somebody up there that represents you, you got the right to vote them in, and you got the right to vote them out. Mr. Arnold, thank you. You're a gentleman and a scholar. My man. Ha!